What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kyle. I'm a full-time futures trader and founder of the Power Trading Group. This video is going to be a recap of this week's autopilot trader performance, otherwise known as APT. If you've been keeping up with the videos, you know that last week I mentioned the version 2 coming out. V2 version 2 is now live of APT. It's trading the exact same strategy, but the changes that we made there. Number one, we tightened up some of the filters to avoid more choppy conditions. And then number two, we added the 5-minute strategy. All these are available on the risk calculator, which is on the website. This is free if you want to come and take a look and kind of see what APT can do for you based on your account size and then the amount of size that you want to trade. Now, the 5-minute PT1 break even, that's what we're calling that management style. That is the top performer. We have either a 5-minute selection or a 2-minute selection. My recommendation is to go with the 5-minute PT1 break even, but some of the 2-minute selections will have lighter drawdown. So when the strategy does go into drawdown, the analysis shows that some of the 2-minute strategies won't be as severe. So you can actually go and take a look at this. I'll put a link down in the description so you can check it out. I'm personally running the 5-minute PT1 break even. And basically what this means, just so you're aware, if you're confused about PT1BE, that means that when price hits PT1, it trims one contract. This is a strategy that is based on 3 contracts or any contracts that are a multiple of 3. So when it hits the PT1, it takes 1/3 of the position off, and then the stop loss moves to a break even stop or a break even trail. This is our top performing configuration. However, like I said, it's trading the same strategy. So any of these configurations are still trading the 2-hour trader framework. There's just some differences with how they're actually managed. And as a reminder, if you missed last week's video, this risk calculator, it has full Monte Carlo risk analysis built in. So basically what that means is it takes the backtesting data and it rearranges it in 1,000 different scenarios to give you a fairly accurate look at what your maximum risk is going to be with a very, very large sample set of scenarios. So I really like this. This has given everyone a good idea of how much risk they want to put out there. Like I said, I'm running the 5-minute PT1 break even strategy, and the results this week were absolutely amazing. I did have some connection issues, which I'll go into in just a moment. But if we just look at the results of the strategy this week, it was a 15, about a $16,000 week. And this is trading 3 NQ contracts, not the micros, just 3 NQ mini contracts. Maximum drawdown was during this period right through here. Did have one losing trade, maybe 2 losing trades there. No big deal. Price just, or the equity curve just continues to climb higher. You can see that this week, 85.7% profitable trades. So above and beyond the typical hit rate that this strategy is good for. Typically, it's going to be between 65 and 75%, depending on which configuration you're actually running. So this is kind of an outlier great week, but nonetheless still an amazing week, making, again, like I said, almost $16,000. Profit factor is 4.14%, which is really, really solid. The performance with this week was actually able to get the account back to where it was at the start of October. So the first week of October, we did experience some drawdown. This was before V2 was actually released. And this week alone has brought it back, has recovered pretty substantially. So really great to see that. Love to see that. Love when it's performing well. We can actually go through all of the trades. It was not a busy week at all, which I love to see. I don't want the bot trading overly actively. So let's look. We'll just go through the week. Monday, no trades. This is Monday's action. We're looking at a 5-minute NQ chart here. This is going to be Tuesday's trade. So Tuesday, you can see what's happening here. It takes the long. And then look, right at PT1, this stop gets moved to break even, and it makes it all the way up into PT3. So just for clarity, I mean, this ends up being a really really nice trade. We're starting the week off with an 80-point trade, which is just killer. I love that. I love that. So that's Tuesday, starting the week off with a win. Now we get into Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday's FOMC day. So this is automation. I just let it run as is, no max stop filter. Remember, we do have the max stop filter that is built in. So you can come in and you can just enable the maximum stop filter. If you want a maximum stop distance in points, you can set that to whatever you want. I do not have that enabled. We're just letting it do its thing, letting it trade. So it starts the morning with a pre-market trade, a long setup that hits PT3. Very, very nice. You love to see that. I keep getting a lot of questions on APT performance during the pre-market session. People are asking me, can we turn it off during pre-market? Because some of the pre-market trades are losers, especially recently. Yes, you can turn it off if you want in the third party signal provider that we're using to process all the signals. You can actually set a time window there when you want it to trade. I did this back testing before we launched version 2. It was one of the scenarios that I back tested without the pre-market action, and the performance dropped off quite significantly. So I don't know if I would necessarily recommend that you pull the pre-market trades off, but hey, you have that option. If you'd rather it trade only the regular session, you have that option. You can set that up. It's customizable, so you can do whatever you like. I just like the default settings. That's what I'm going with here on the 5-minute PT1 break even configuration. So here's trade 2 on Wednesday. Keep in mind FOMC day. So this is what I love about this PT1 break even configuration. Price hits PT1, and at this exact minute when this candle closes after PT1 is hit, the trail, the stop moves to a break even trail, and it just takes the trade off pretty much right here, right around the entry point. So very, very nice. You may see a little bit of slippage there when it goes to take the break even exit. I did see some slippage of like couple points, which is normal with the latency that we have here. But overall, no big deal whatsoever. It's pretty much cutting it at break even, and we just move on to the next play. Same thing with this one. It takes the short. It is in a drawdown for a little bit, but doesn't get stopped out, hits PT1, and then trails out at break even. So it takes a little bit of profit, and then the rest it just takes off at break even, which is amazing. Now, this one's a little tricky. You can't really see it through here. I'll try and zoom in. But what we have here is it takes the short, and I don't know if you can see this on the recording right here, but right through here is where you're going to see PT1. Right there, PT1, here's PT2, here's PT3. So again, PT1 is hit and then it trails the rest right at break even. So it just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking. I love it. I love it. It's a phenomenal performance for this week. Really great action for it. And again, this was all through FOMC. This is a day when traders normally get absolutely destroyed. And so I'm happy to see it. Now, here's Thursday. The short gets triggered, takes it all the way to PT3, another killer trade. And keep in mind what we're talking about as far as points here. And this is 150 points, all automated, 100% hands free. This morning, so this is we're getting into Friday. It takes a long, this one, there's not much volatility pre-market, so this ends up being a full stop, but look how tight it is, just a very, very tiny stop. And then this is really the kicker for today, another short. Now this one gets trailed out right here. So PT1 gets hit, and then we have a little bit of volatility, and it gets trailed out right through there. So overall, just an awesome week. I'm super happy with the week, super happy with the trades that I see. It's trading the 2-hour trader framework as it's supposed to be traded on a little bit of a higher time frame here on the 5-minute time frame, which has been great. It's been great. I'm really happy with it. We did have some snags when we launched version 2, just with some of the alerts that needed to be configured. So I believe most of those issues early on in the week with APT users configuring some of their own alerts. We did run into some issues with the instructions that were not totally crystal clear. So that's my bad. If you had any problem with that, we definitely learned a lot of lessons for the next version, the next update. But most of that has been taken care of and corrected. I did have a couple of issues on my own end looking at the account that I have trading APT right now, 3NQ. So I missed two really great trades. I missed uh, all of today's action due to some signaling errors, which was my fault. I found the error there. And then I missed the last FOMC trade. So the final trade from, or excuse me, the first trade on Thursday did not go through. So I missed Thursday's action and I missed Friday's action. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it until this afternoon. And so it ended up only being a $5,000 week. I'm saying only because this should have been a $16,000 week with those two trades from Thursday and Friday. But again, the hit rate here, 81%, really solid, tough to complain about this. Very, very good week. I also have a little side project I've been working on. I mentioned this in a previous video. I also have a prop firm running 3MNQ on the 5 minute setting. This is only a 50K account. So I really don't recommend this because the risk calculator tells us that you have a high chance of failure. Look at this. So if we put account size at 2,000, because that's basically what a 50K prop account is, your mean drawdown is going to be $3,000, which we know is going to blow without a doubt. Is going to blow a 50K prop account. So this is high risk. It's just something that I'm messing around with. Don't really care too much about it. Just want to see if APT can kind of sneak through on the 50K account and pass it. So we're currently up $1,800 total on this account. On the week, we're up 973. This one caught all of the trades, so no signaling error with this one, which just for me confirmed that APT and all of the alerts, all the signals are working properly. The other account was just a user error. Like it was totally my fault. 77% hit rate, really solid. We had 5% of those trades were break even, and then 16% losing trades. So good performance. Again, there's a 50K prop account. Let's just take a look at the month. So I didn't start this too recently. I think we've only been going for 2 or 3 weeks here with this account, but again, up 2K on it, just shy of 2K. Really solid performance on this one. Super happy with it overall for the month. We're looking at a 76% hit rate, which is solid. Look how clean this equity curve is, right? A lot of our members, a lot of our users are running APT with 150K accounts on the 5 minute PT1 break even setting. Shout out to Rainman sharing some of his XFA results with APT. He is up 1,300 just this week alone with the 5 minute PT1 break even setting. And then I know Tanner and a few others, Pat, have been sharing some of their results as well in the Traders Think Tank. Just awesome to see. Awesome to see people making money with APT. I did want to mention, if you have any interest in this, it is available until tomorrow for $2,500, and then the price is going to be increasing. The reason that I'm offering it at a discounted price right now is because we did just launch pretty much October 1st. We had the pre-launch during September, the actual launch during October, and I knew with launching something like this, there were going to be some hiccups. This, if you're interested in automation, this thing took me 18 months to build, and so one guy was commenting on my last video, why don't you give it away for free? I don't work for free. So if you're interested in purchasing this, it is available. We've got about, I want to say, around 10 slots left or so. It's capped at 250 people. So if you're interested, I would jump in today before the price increases on November 1st, and before we hit that hard cap. I am limiting the amount of people that can use this because a little bit worried about edge erosion. And if multiple people are using the same prop firm, I know a lot of prop firms frown against automation and trading bots. And so we just kind of want to keep it low key to start out. And we may add some more spots in the future. But as of right now, hard cap at 250 people, and we are almost there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Again, this is the autopilot trader trading the 2 hour trader framework with a handful of different configurations that kind of adjust how the trades are managed. You can check out the risk calculator. It is on the site, and kind of take a look at this and see what account size is going to be right for you. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thank you and take care. All right, this is wild. I had to hop back on for one more clip. I'm literally editing this video that you're watching right now before the close here on Friday. And APT takes one more short trade into the close. Total P&L for the week, 18,500. Profitable trades, 85 point, or excuse me, 87.5%. Profit factor 4.7. That's just this week alone. Look at the trade that it ended up taking here into the close. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. You really got to love it. And of course, I confirmed that I fixed my signal issue that I had mentioned on my personal account that is trading the 3NQ contracts. So really great to see this right here. Added about 3,000, a little more than $3,000 to the week. So super nice, almost a 9K week here for APT, 85% hit rate. And of course, the prop that we talked about also caught that same trade. So 1,400 on the week, just trading 3NQ. Just trading 3NQ. Nothing crazy as far as sizing, not massive sizing. A $1,400 week. If you really break it down and kind of look at that long term with just 3NQ contracts, that's a really, really solid week, if you ask me. And keep in mind, this requires no intervention. So I'm super happy with where the bot is at right now this week, and the performance that we have seen, especially with version 2, has really fired me up to push more into automation. My entire goal with this project, which has been ongoing for about 18 months, was to see if I could automate what I consider my easiest, most mechanical strategy, which is the 2 hour trader framework. I'm interested in seeing if I can automate, or at least get close to automating, some of my other more complex, more nuanced strategies. And that's really the goal over the next 2 to 3 years. This is kind of the direction that I'm taking my personal trading. Many of you know I actually had no intention of even originally releasing this automation, but when I was starting to share some bits of it with the community over the past year, there was massive interest in it. And so seems to be going quite well. Very happy with the forward testing so far. Just wanted to give you guys this little update. Again, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.